So in our last video, we started working on the account type section, and we were able to write the structure, the HTML structure. So in this video, we are going to start working on the CSS design and see how to improve the design of this section. So we're going to start by giving the div. Let's go back to our index.html. So we're going to start working on the account type section, the main div that is housing all the content inside. So now let's go back to our style.css. Since it is an ID, so we're going to use an ID selector. So £. Okay. So we want the text to be at the center. So we are going to use text align. Text align, so we say center. And we want to create padding top and bottom. We want to give all the corners, all the corners padding of 2%. So since we want all the corners, so we'll just give it, let's say 2% like this. Okay. So now let's save it. So let's go back to the browser and refresh and see. So Ctrl R to refresh. You see we have something like this. Okay. So the next thing we're going to start working is to start creating custom CSS classes. So you can create your own CSS classes and to be adding it to any element that you want. So we'll be creating the custom class for color green. Then the next one for the gray color and the black color. We don't want this is black, but we don't want the actual black. We want to give our own combination, our own black color. So let's go back to our style.css. So the first one, since it is a class, so let's say green text. Okay, so the property color, so using the £, then it's going to be 93 CE 8F. Okay, that's for the green. Then the next one for the gray text. So let's say color, then £, 64 69 67. Okay, that's for the gray. And lastly for the black text, so it's a color, so £, so let's use 001 00B. Okay, so now these custom classes, so we're going to add them to the first 3 divs. So the first div is going to have the green text. So the first div is particularly built for growth. So we're going to add a class. So we're going to paste the green text. And the second div, so let's give it a class attribute. Then we're going to have the gray text. Then lastly the third div, so ID, so it's going to have the black text, say black. Okay, so now let's save it. So let's go back to the browser and refresh to see the effects. So Ctrl R to refresh. You see we have something like this. Okay, fine. So that's how to create custom classes. So my design is much more better. So now the next thing we're going to create another custom class for padding top and bottom of 1%. So let's go back to the style.css. So let's create the custom class. The good thing about this, once you create a custom class, you can use it anywhere within the HTML document. So let's say padding. Let's call it padding. So this is our default name. This is the custom class, so we can give it. So we want padding top of 1% and padding bottom of 1%. Padding bottom of 1%. Okay. So we're going to add this class to those div that we just added the classes to. Okay. So you see an element can have more than one class. So you see this element has the green text. So if you want to add another class, you just make space, then you add the class like this. Okay. So, but an element cannot have more than one ID, but it can have more than one class. Okay. Just have it at the back of your mind. Okay. So let's save it. Let's go back to the browser and refresh. You see we have something like this. Okay. So in the next video, we're going to continue working on the design.